For those of you who missed him last night, we are on a walk with Bear tonight. Here he is. We went off-roading and he's a little bit dirty. So it looks like I'm going to be giving him a bath tonight, which was not on my agenda, but there it is. Good thing you're cute, that's right. So what I wanted to post about tonight is actually about memory. And when we have an actual memory problem post-concussion, it's not attention, it's not processing, it is really in the memory. A lot of times the problem is going to not be the memory itself, how your memory functions, but it is the process that's impaired. And that is because in order to convert your memory from short-term into long-term, which is your storage system, think a giant filing cabinet, you have to sleep. It's the only time that your brain can do this. It's an extremely complex process, and you must be sleeping when you do it. Now, there's different types of sleep. You got your REM sleep and different patterns that you go through with your circadian rhythm. And there are different things that occur within memory during those things. I do not plan on getting into that. I'm not a sleep specialist, but if you're ever interested, go check it out. And basically, you know, if a patient comes in, they've been treated by the physician or the nurse practitioner and they say, I'm just not sleeping well, or I have to take medication now in order to sleep, a lot of times I can say, you must have memory problems. And the reason for that is because I know that that transition occurs only when you're sleeping, and if the quality or the quantity has changed, if you're waking up frequently or anything like that, it's going to affect how well you can store those memories. And so that is why things feel a lot harder to learn when you have sustained a concussion. I'll do another post at some point about kind of the cognitive process and the fact that you have to have attention and processing before that. But if we're really talking about memory, one of the biggest things that I actually end up discussing is sleep. Things like sleep hygiene, things like how to help you fall asleep and stay asleep from a non-medical perspective. I do not prescribe medications. But it's, you know, if someone is having terrible sleep and they're not talking about it with a physician, I'm absolutely on top of them saying you must follow up on your sleep. So if you take anything away from this, other than Bear is adorable, you have to sleep. So if you are not sleeping post-concussion, and honestly, really post anything, post-surgery, post-grad school, post-whatever, make sure that you are prioritizing your sleep.